Alrighty, hi YouTube. It's your boy Gio, and this is the newest episode of the TCG Party Podcast. And we send our prayers out to Kevin tonight, having dealing with the passing of his grandfather 2 days ago. So I love you, man, and you're in my thoughts, and I hope you do better. So tonight, I have, we have special guest Danny G from PBG. Since Bandai had a Bandai Fest of Dragon Ball and Digimon. And then we have a surprise guest, is Leo, that just jumped into the call. So, he's on the episode too. And then we got the returning star. Well, returning guest, we should say. Mr. Cam. But is it Mr. Cam Newton?
I mean, Camnificent.
Yeah, that's you're probably. So much stuff
Thank you for the shout out, by the way.
You're welcome. So there's so much that's happened since we've done the last recording, and I've been meaning to do one for a while. It's I think I had just won the Omni from the Evo Cubs, and I was going to do recording. So just so much. So let's just move to here and now. This past weekend was a Bandai Fest here in Miami for Dragon Ball Super and Digimon, and I participated in the Digimon Fest of 512 people. And I made a Facebook post in the Digimon 2020 page, and I said I would go into further detail here. But I'm also going to talk about the Dragon Ball side, since we have our Dragon Ball listeners that listen to this as well. But Cam, what do you think my reaction was when I saw the venue sold out at 512 people in person event?
Well, I mean, it wasn't sold out, right? It was oversold.
Well, it was oversold at first, but then they dropped it down to the cap of 512, if I'm understanding right. Yes.
Yeah, but even at 512, it was actually like, because we talked before, it was like 500 and almost 40 people, like 536.
Yeah,
or something.
That's an insane number.
Yeah,
like for people.
That's a lot. I know it was heat down in Miami, man. I know it was
hot. And we're gonna meme, So whoever went, if you're listening to this, if you know, you know. But anyway,
bro, I wasn't even there, and I know from the pictures alone, my boy Yu was sweating, dude. But It was all in the name of good fun of slinging some fucking good ass cardboard.
You're not wrong. And this is my first event since the Orlando regionals, open regionals for Dragon Ball Super, Kaba format, Cam,
Kaba format. You're talking.
Yes.
Wait, we're talking about set 7?
Yes, it's 7. That was the last event I went to, yes.
Bro, I'm surprised you, my God, now you got me thinking about, oh man, this has been a long
big event. Like, I traveled to Orlando, but there really hasn't been anything big. Like, they have the Gamers R Us events, but it's always so far out of my way.
Shout outs to PPG.
Yes, 1000%.
Shout out to PPG, man.
Thank you.
And Danny,
I always said they're very, like, my perception of PPG has always been they're like you can tell it's an organization based out of Miami. They just like to throw parties, and I wholeheartedly feel like if there was a Bart Simpson card game, they would still find a way to get 100 people at least.
Oh, you're not wrong. Oh, there was some. Huh? Keep going.
So the reason we just like anything and everything with card games is just because we're players first and organizers second. And obviously, like, so when it comes to like games like recently came out My Hero, it's like everyone, we play the game is great, it's really good, we wanna help it grow. Now with Digimon 2, it's like Digimon came out, we played it. Well, like, I got into PvP more because of Digimon, but like, if you see, like, George is a player first. As you see, he topped Fest with Dragon Ball.
Yes, and
how many TOs can say that? Like, I'm a master player, and he also went to nationals with with Digimon. You know, it's like they're players first. You know, and that's why when it comes to making these events and doing stuff for the players, they know what they want and they know what to do because they're players first. You know, that's what it comes down to. And if a game is shit, you know, obviously it's going to be like, it's garbage, like, who's really going to play this, you know, kind of thing. So it's like, it's just more of a, you know, it started off as card, you know, like since Yu-Gi-Oh, like they started off as card game players. So everything they do, they take with a mentality of how to make the players happy.
And I think that's a very good perspective, right? You need to make your player base and your fan base happy. Although, Danny, let me tell you, so when I pulled out the PPG rug and played a couple people, there was some triggered faces when they saw the logo. I'll tell you, which is great.
It's weird, you know, to still see that sometimes because, you know, it's like, as much as we do, you know, there's always a he said, she said with anything.
Exactly.
You know, so it's like haters will be your motivators. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of thing.
Exactly. And I've known you for a while now, and you're one of like the best people that I honestly, genuinely know. You know, and he didn't pay me, people, to say that. I'm saying that from my heart, actually. You know, but you know, like me and Danny have grown our scene here to the pictures that you see every single time when you look at these pictures from PBG and stuff like that. And sometimes people may get envious, and sometimes people may wish that they had that. But there was a lot of work that was put because there've been people that have come in and out of our scene since one point.
It's the Tom Brady effect, is what I call it, dude. Like, you know, a lot of people just, if you're a winner, that's the easiest way to get hate sent your way.
I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, in Dragon Ball, the legacy team winning like 4 or 5 events in a row. Yes. You remember that, Cam, right?
Yeah.
You know, before Dragon Ball was Yu-Gi-Oh.
Before Dragon Ball was Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, Dragon Ball is, you know, it's link format Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Yeah.
It's just a little slower. Well, before... Yeah, it's link format Yu-Gi-Oh. Sky Striker, Thunder Dragon, Orchest.
Oh, and you know, for anybody listening to our podcast, you know, the My Hero game is great. And for anybody listening, they should pick it up because, you know, it is a great game. I've been learning on the side and trying, you know. And it reminds me of Score Z with, you know, with the whole foundations. They remind me of non-combats from that game. It's really, really interesting game. But anyway.
Real quick on the My Hero, I fucking love it. I'm loving it. I'm to the point where I'm buying a Universe's like standard deck. I'm trying to build either something with Yu Yu Hakusho or something with Mortal Kombat, most likely Scorpion. It's like once I got into My Hero, I was like, let me see the other stuff, and it's been exciting me. Like, it's a really fun game, and I think the game is like the high skill ceiling is what's such a turn on for me.
Well, this is where, see, I'm going to talk about fast. I'm going to talk about the Dragon Ball side, the Digimon side. You know, I still got about, you know, an hour because this thing's always run long. But here's what I find interesting, guys. Now that we're touching on My Hero, and I'll give it about a couple minutes here. You know, all the My Hero events sell out online like wildfire. They get like 200-300 people. You know, Dragon Ball can't sell out a webcam to save its life, let alone have, like, what, the 120 people that went to Miami to play that game?
Because Dragon Ball, like, it's only recently getting, like, as blatantly exposed, but, like, everyone has, like, been aware that Dragon Ball attracts some of the most, like, heinous webcam cheaters.
Well, I mean, if you saw that Digimon player or that Justmon player at Nats.
Oh, yeah, I know. You know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's gonna exist for any game, unfortunately, right? You know,
right. Yeah. I just think that, like, in the Dragon Ball, at least on like your mid, because that's what makes up the meat of the game, right? It's the mid/casual people. I feel like the other thing about Dragon Ball 2 is it attracts a certain kind of person that has like a very prideful individual. I think a lot of the Dragon Ball, like the casuals and everybody has like a certain level of pride.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because on day 2, the demo day, the Dragon Ball players were taking all their time with the Digimon players trying to get them to play their game. Which,
yeah,
I thought that was interesting.
I because mean, they have to.
Yeah. They definitely do. But, My Hero doesn't have problems selling out, and now they're going to have a 1K here in Florida. I'd be very interested in seeing how many people go to that.
I mean, Universes is kind of... It's an interesting mix, right? Because Universes has its base, but, like, My Hero is kind of, like, being treated almost as its own game. And, like, it's got its own new... You know what I mean? I wasn't really too like, oh, Universes, blah, blah, blah. But, Leo and stuff, they've got me interested a little bit. And
hey, shout out to Stefan. If it wasn't for Stefan, like, I don't consider myself really good at the game, but I'm pretty solid. The fact that I entered my first webcam weekly and I went undefeated, I genuinely was really happy with that. And it wouldn't have been because of, like, without Stefan. And yeah, shout out to Stefan. Just want to say that. And
shout out to Steph, man. Hey, we gotta get Steph up over here one of these days, man. Let's I'm gonna give myself a little solo clap for Steph. If anyone's gonna talk you into some shit, it's gonna be that man Steph. He know how to make an argument.
Best salesman I've ever heard in my life. Okay. But because they say Dragon Ball is just a competitive game and Digimon is casual and this and that. But let me tell you, I interacted with both rooms, Danny over here could tell you. I was going in and out of both rooms. It felt like I was in a party in the Digimon one, and it felt like it felt dead in the Dragon Ball room. There's no other way to say it.
Dragon Ball it's a sweatier game.
Yeah. I mean, I was happy to meet Matt Bavarnik, my buddy Matt Bavarnik from Crossworlds TCG. I hadn't seen him in a while, Seeing some of our old locals playing and stuff like that. I got to meet Armani Edwards, talked to him for a bit. He was happy I recognized him. It was great. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just like I was all hyped up, and every time I went over there, and I was watching the games, but it just didn't have that ambiance.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, I think that with Dragon Ball, Bandai has dug itself in a lot of holes it's just never going to get out of. And
I mean, Andrew Duvall and Frank Castle, they were amazing commentating. Let me tell you, like that they hit on nail on the head.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like when they got Shaq and Charles Barkley to start commentating basketball, right? Like,
yeah,
they've been to the mountaintop.
So it's I don't know. Let's talk about the Digimon experience, and then I'll come back to Dragon Ball. But I was surprised that I didn't get no Texas line. I got there super early. I carpooled. Got there super early. Didn't have to endure a line, and then I saw on one of these vlogs that there was a long ass line.
Cause you Mr. Miami, man.
Hey, man. Hey. We get there. We see Machado. We see Philippe. We saw Yadam, Camila. We saw all the boys, and so I'm the only one playing. Like there's Dorkatron Prime that makes YouTube videos, and our whole locals play. But defending our fort is a different story from all these invaders. So we went, we played, blue hybrid, well, shocker, right? It's funny because, my favorite color is blue, but anyway.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, I mean, it wasn't in DBS.
Well.
Wow. But, so, the event was fantastic. It was way better than Texas. I mean, because one of my buddies lives in that region where that TO is, and he had nothing good to say about them before that event happened. The event ran great. Best Coast app, amazing, and I thought we were going to struggle having the 512 people in the room, but no. Round 1 was no show. Round 2 was against Taylor Franco, who he has a Twitch channel. I think it's Tay Frey Plays. He was playing Mono Green. And if you watch his vlog, I'm in it a couple of times, actually. Randomly. But we 2-1'd him. Mono Green, what can you do? The one of Kendo came in clutch.
No, not the Kendo.
Oh, yes. See, the thing is, like, we won game 1 with Nidhogg. Ron, not Nidhogg. With Azulong. Ron did 2-1. And then swung with Rookie. Game 2, he just took it. But game 3, Davis finds us to Kendo. We evolve in the back. We push out, swing at the level 4, bounce the Boko, freeze the Beetle, and then he just lost from there. And then we ice walled him to 1 on the turn, and he had to win. He couldn't do anything. So, that was great. Round 3 was against Musketeers. That was like a bye. But I played against, I was a local, actually. She was very nice, but it's 3 muskets. What can you expect? Round 4, I think, was against Christmas. We lost. Very close games, but we should have played the memory blocker instead of the other, the source blocker. Should have. Round 5 was against the Blue Mirror, the only Blue Mirror we played all day.
Lucky you.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I mean, it was fantastic. But the thing is, the guy wins game 1. Game 2, I'm at 1 life. And I'm trying to not lose, game 2. And he's like, hey, I had just started shuffling, thinking for 30 seconds, like, hey, you're taking forever, this and that. And I was just like, damn. It's like that, huh? Okay. So we thought about it, put it on 1. He had the Hammer Spark to kill me. He didn't. For the second game also, he botched it, or it was game 3, I don't remember. He had a Soren Joe that went 3 or 4 turns that didn't proc, and that's like mandatory. So I was on him a loss. And then the Kendo again did the same thing. Swung at a guy, bounced Boko, and he just lost. Was it? I'm trying to remember these rounds. I think the next round was against like Yellow Purple Hybrid. No, I'm sorry. It was against Black X Antibody. That was that was also another quick game. He just never saw anything. That was relevant. He saw the Alphamon. He never saw the other guy. Then we played against Yellow Purple, which we drew. I won game 1. He won game 2, but he took forever in winning game 2, and I was like, oh no. In the last round, we were X1 all the way. And then we ran into Purple Cherubi, and then it was all close, went to game 3 and everything, but we just couldn't get it. But
he hit you with the pinata, huh?
No, not really. He just out-tempoed me. It wasn't even the pinata. The pinata wasn't really relevant. Like in game 2, he cited the Neo Devi, but he didn't realize I was playing like a Rookie Rush variant, so I just dropped all my rookies and killed him game 2. I punished him for playing the Neo Devi.
Oof.
So we finished 66, within the top like 5-7%. It's not bad, I expect higher of myself, but it is what it is. Although if I would have won, I noticed I would have finished 17th, and I still would have bubbled. So it was a very fun event. And then day 2, the Gunslinger and the demo, that was the best thing that Bandai's ever done. Literally the best thing that they ever done. The playing games to try to win and earn packs, that was fantastic. And the demos were great.
Packs, huh, bud?
Oh yeah.
That was actually something I touched upon in the podcast I did recently. That was actually genius. You literally gave a day for even people in Top Cut, because the the way TCG structured it was they did it early enough, and they moved the Gunslinger Day 2 events like just to the point where it was fair enough where anyone that was in top 4 was able to instantly join. Like, you know, and like obviously it's like if you didn't get to join from the beginning, congrats on your list, man. You've infinitely plussed. You know, you can live without the egg packs. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but it was just so nice to see people just like, hey, favorite YouTuber, would you like to play a game? Sure. It was just all fun, just like pick up games and like playing whatever, and like it was so cool.
I had a game with Steven. I had a game with Rad My Avatar, and had a game. Well, had a game at the end, as you saw with Dan Bang. Well, I waited the whole day because everybody kept cutting in line.
That was the only match I got to play that day against Dan Bang. When I was pushing you out of the way, like, yo, like, let me play.
Hey, man! Shout out to Dan.
So let me ask this: did Dan clap both of y'all though?
Oh no, I beat Dan.
I beat Dan too.
Merge. So Danny.
Yeah, but he was playing the deck he was testing all the way to that event, so he can't say anything. He was playing Christmas, and I played D Brigade, and we won 2-1. And I left. I mean, Danny said that he won, so yeah.
You guys heard it here first, folks. D Brigade is the meta call against Christmas.
Wait. I put together last second, re-put together last second, a deck that is now being talked about again by everywhere I see on the Facebook. I sound like I'm 60 and seeing the Facebook. But
on the Facebook.
Huh?
I said as a meme on the Facebook.
Yeah, on the Facebook. I put back together Lord Nightpole.
Okay.
And that did pretty good. Game 2, I almost won. I just needed a Bushi to win. So I could have 2-0'd, but I 2-1 against the greatest player in our yeah. Statistically, Dan Vang is the greatest player, you know, in America.
Or an anime protagonist?
We say the memes, but you know, Dan Vang is. I mean, when is the main character of an anime, he top decks like I need a hybrid to win the game top deck. You know, dude is the main character. He's not cheating because you know it's unfathomable. Like there's no possible way because we're all there watching him. Like we shuffle his deck. We tried everything since set 5. You know, because he was just like Lord Nightmon, swing, summon Nightmon, go into slash into Valder. You know, like every game, dude was cracked. But it's just like he's just lucky. But you know, to side thing that I explained, Dan Vang is the greatest player in North America. I think the best players are Dan Vang, Ying Huang. And Chung Man is absolutely correct from the list.
I mean, of course he's correct. You know,
he's a world champion.
He wins Worlds, and then his list leaked out like 3-4 weeks early on. You know, inside the luxury Digimon chat. Or you know, the people are playing it, and it's just like the list is cracked. And now Eggman puts out a video. Is blue hybrid ruining the meta? No. It's not. No. You can't.
It's really...
I'm sorry. You go, Danny. I was going to ask Cam a question, but you go.
No, it's not ruining the meta. But, you know, to say that it's ruining the meta is a big statement considering the fact that there's a lot of decks that have been able to just rip it down, like wreck it down. Like, you know, like we see decks that are supposed to be slower, like Lilith Loop. Ideally, purple has always been known as like a slower color, stuff like that. You know, take it down. Blue, blue. What I feel like blue is, it's a starter player supporter, and it's just easier to manage, and it's definitely more consistent, and it has all the pieces necessary. But you know, it's just the laziness of a lot of people.
It does everything that all the good aggressive Dragon Ball decks do. Cheats mana, plays free things, advances your board state for free, and does everything you want it to do. You know, and for free or for nothing. You know, and you were there. I saw you walking around the tables. You could tell these people that blue was not dominating all these top tables, because you saw me. I was at the top tables for most of the day. Yes, there were blue, but there was a crap ton of red. And there was... What else did I see? I think I saw some yellows, too. You know. It's just that all the good players play blue at Miami. For the most part. No, yes. Yes, no.
Yes.
Dave.
But does blue make a player good? Also,
we'll see next set when, you know, when those two blue decks are not really so easy to play.
You know, we do keep saying that, but you know, it's just it's just like kind of like a thing. Blue is always just gonna be the deck that helps players just be good, and like, you know,
blue's just powerful in a vacuum. It's just absurdly powerful.
Yeah.
You know, it's just... I mean, look at Gabu Bond. A triple attacking thing for no apparent reason.
I don't think Gabu Bond was ever the issue. I think the Ice Wall was.
Well, yeah. But you get my point. Like, you know, the Gabu Bond, it was just like, oh, delete something, then swing or trash the source if you deleted something. It was not near the other... Like, a Zulong. Like, you know, people are like, yeah, this card sucks. Now that Chunky Man had it and says, oh, this card's cracked. You know,
I mean, people can think. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like, you know, like.
But toot your own horn.
I just want to say that I was one of the first people to have, in set 6, a Zulong deck profile released, because I believe in the potential of the deck, but you know, it was just too slow for its time. You know. That was the first deck profile I did for set 6. It was a Zulongmon Slayer Dramon, because I love making and it is something that I have to convey to one of my teammates, Camilo, who loves red, because it is aggressive, and you know, I'm trying to teach him that it's not best to go with your obvious aggressive option. You need to learn how to make everything around you aggressive.
Which is what some people were not understanding when they were watching me play the blue hybrid deck, and I wasn't swinging at them, right? And I think somebody asked you, hey, why didn't he swing? He should have swung, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you told him, well, did you win the game? And he's like, no, he lost. I remember you saying that, and it kind of goes into that same principle, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, red's just a hard call. I mean, next set you get the black-red War Greymon deck. It's a really cool deck. I'm sure it'll have more tops here than Japan, but you know, I'm not thinking it's gonna light up the world now.
No, it fell off really quickly. It was really strong like the first 3 weeks of the format, but I just kind of feel blue and yellow as well. Blue especially, I felt since set 0.1, it's like, or 1.0 was like, we can talk about this deck can do that deck can do this and all these different cute things, but if someone puts a gun to your head, or if Pegasus is talking about, I'm sending your grandpa's soul to the Shadow Realm, the color you better pick up is blue. Like, if you're being honest, like, you better play blue. and in every other format yellow. Like that's why like it's hard to pin, like you can't pinpoint it because it comes at it from so many different angles as to why it's just too much. I think it's a lot of it has to do with genericness. There's just so many. That could be a whole pot in and of itself. I'm not gonna sit here and try and tell everybody like we need to nerf it or delete it or whatever, because it's what we're the ban list is already a funny thing as it stands between how it works.
I like about Digimon, right, is that these players don't whine like the Dragon Ball players whine and got half the cards banned at times. I like that we can play through things and this and that.
Oh, that's a whole other. I have a whole project I'm working on right now discussing how Power of Super Saiyan died for robotic repose sins, and if robotic repose doesn't go, it's not going to be the last yellow extra card to go because of robotic repose.
So it's very interesting, right? And it's hard because it's like people, they're specialists to a color, but I think we're reaching a point in the game where being a color specialist isn't really the greatest anymore.
Well, no, because they're going like generic and that's why I think they like this set especially was they're going more towards archetype, because like take blue hybrid's a perfect example of like look at green hybrid. Green hybrid's a fantastic deck, but it's either the Metal Kabu or the Beetlemon where it gets its effect for digivolving off of a JP. Not off of a green tamer, but off of a JP. And
green tamer.
I mean, yes and no. I think it should be the other way around, right? Like Tommy shouldn't be as generic, and like the freezing effects shouldn't be as generic. They should either be when you digivolve off of a Tommy, or it should be for Tommy just shouldn't be as generic as he is. Maybe stripping a source. But
and when I play Camilo in the blue versus red matchup, the moment he hits Tommy, he just walks away.
Yeah, like it's too that he himself is too many sources, and he's generic, and the tamers, the hybrids themselves are too generic, and that's the thing there, because like they are pushing their power creep in the game, but they got to keep in mind that like they're checking a lot of the power level by getting rid of the, by archetype blocking, which is, that's fine.
I mean, they did that with Dragon Ball too, but here we are, and set 11 decks are still broken.
I mean, there's only like one set 11 deck left.
Yeah, well, left.
Yeah, like they got rid of all of them except for Gotenks. Like,
but I'm glad, and then I'm excited for Imperial and Armor Rush in the next set. We can't even cap here. But anyway.